I'm Ian.
I'm William, not Jonathan.
My name's John.
Tony.
Paul Hamilton.
Frank Bowie.
Black.
Oh.
Because I'm always covered in black stuff.
Blue.
Well, definitely green.
Plum and spilt milk.
Oh, okay.
Orange.
Blue.
Octopus.
Why is that your favourite animal?
Because they're awesome. Like, they're really intelligent. They're like very much their own kind of thing. Very independent.
Giraffe.
Other than my dog, cows.
Why cows?
It's just like cows.
Rabbit.
Orangutan.
How comes?
It's because it's orange.
As I can't stand cats, well, let's say a dog.
I went to Didcot with my dad. I was 23 or something, I think. And we went along. We used to go when I was a kid. And we decided to go have a look around because it had been ages. And they had a board on one of the locomotives that said, "We're looking for volunteers." So I volunteered. And that's how I met Dennis Howells, who used to have the Pannier 9466 here. He was running the King project. So I volunteered with him, and then that finished, and I moved over and worked with Dennis on the Pannier. And I kind of ended up here volunteering on various different things, even after Dennis sadly passed away, 5 or 6 years ago now. I've been volunteering here on various different bits, and now work here.
I started here about 5-6 years ago. It was through a school friend who recommended.
I've been volunteering here for just over a year, I should think, or coming up a year. But I grew up in the village, and so I've been coming down here for years, really, on and off.
I've only been here a short while, just since I left school.
And how did you end up here? Do you live locally or?
No, I lived 30 miles away at the time in St Albans.
Okay.
I just wanted to get involved with steam engines and railways.
Just over 3 years. I've known about Quainton for a long time as a visitor. And when I retired from normal work, I decided that I think I'd like to take part in the activities here.
I've been coming to Quainton since before it opened, before the Railway Society was here.
Wow, that's very cool. And how did you find yourself here?
How did I find myself here? Just for some strange reason, finding steam locos interesting.
I think a lot of people do. I think it's a much easier way in to start volunteering, and then you can learn some skills, but you can also sort of prove what you like to work with. So from that point of view, yeah, absolutely.
I thought, why not give it a go, and I did, and I haven't looked back since.
Absolutely. There's a lot of people here with different skill sets, and as long as you're willing to listen and learn, you'll just like sponge it in. So it's really good.
Yeah, definitely.
The best way is to join an active railway society, whether it's a museum based like Quainton or a heritage railway, and see whether it's really for you. And before you actually sign up for an apprenticeship.
That's a good advice.
Yeah.
Ooh. That's quite a difficult question to answer. Like, in terms of like looking cool, or my pet favourite probably is Arthur, because I've put so much work into it that's currently here anyway.
I will probably say my favourite is Arthur, due to the amount of time that we've spent on it and the hours we've worked on it and the challenge it's been. So I'd say that's my favourite.
It's got to be Frank's Peckett 1900.
Nice.
Everybody's favourite.
Favourite engine? I prefer to give you a favourite coach.
Okay.
Picnic Saloon.
Okay. Why is that your favourite coach?
Because I've spent a lot of time working on it, and it looks quite good. People seem to think it looks quite good.
I haven't really got a favourite engine, to be perfectly honest. I like Isabel here. That's a nice engine.
I think the Great Western pannier tank. We had one here and worked a lot on it when I was a youngster. And they do everything. They do everything better than anything else that was designed for that job. Yeah.
I was pretty much born building Lego. Like, my first word was tractor. So yeah, my life was like cut out for me. Yeah.
Awkward. Forever pulling things apart, not knowing how to put them back together. So ultimately, that's probably why I like doing something like this.
A nightmare. Let's leave it at that.
Yeah.
Like a child, I was quite good.
Really?
Yes, annoyingly so, really.
Pretty quiet. Not very sporting, but yeah, pretty quiet.
Perfect.
Enough said.
The technical challenge, to be honest with you, that's the key thing, really. It's a very, very challenging job because there's nothing that you can, or very little that you can buy off the shelf. If you've got to have something made that isn't a bolt or something pretty simple, you have to make it, and figuring out how to do that is pretty difficult. And that's why it's fun. It wouldn't be interesting if it was easy.
Every day's a different day. It's a challenge, and you learn new things all the time. So that is my favourite bit.
I think probably, I mean, the camaraderie with all the people, but also once you've done with the project, you know that you're doing something that gives enjoyment to other people as well. So yeah, it's very rewarding.
Yeah, I've retired. It's something to do. Keeps me busy. Keeps me active.
I enjoy lots of different things, probably equally, but I like the engineering side of things. I'm learning the operational side of things, which I find good. But one of the really important things is the social aspect of it, the camaraderie of the teams, beyond engineering, but particularly engineering, because that's where I am. So that's a real benefit, I think.
Sharing the skills that it's taken me a lifetime to get my head around, and working with like-minded people.
I come from it from a bit of a different angle of not being a railway engineer fundamentally. So I've got a lot of, I suppose you could call them sort of cross-discipline kind of tricks up my sleeve. So, 3D printing, CAD, all that kind of stuff. So I come at it from quite a different angle, and it helps, I think. We're managing to do some things that are quite difficult if you don't have CAD, 3D printer, all those other kind of things. So I quite enjoy that aspect of it as well.
The coolest thing I've worked on, I think, is probably Thomas, because every kid wants to work on Thomas the Tank Engine. Only seen it days out with Thomas.
Well, my first project was Arthur, which we've got as our Thomas, so that was pretty cool. But at the minute we're still working on Frank's Peckett, and that's just like the dudiest little engine on earth, so love it.
Previously.
The coach. Very nice.
It's always interesting. I wouldn't say it's always interesting. It's mostly always interesting.
I think when I worked for over 25 years at the Midham Railway, we restored Bitten, the A4, and I was involved with the team that did that.
Oh, I do all sorts, not really sports. I do a bit of mountain biking, but that's just to keep fit, really. I'm kind of doing my hobby now. My hobbies have been engineering related, whether it's Lego or, having a machine shop at home, which I do. So pretty much I'm now doing my hobby for a living.
Full steam ahead.
Yeah. Not always steam. I have Land Rovers and, all kinds of stuff that I play with, but yeah, engineering related for sure.
Not necessarily anything in sports, but my hobby has always been in railways. So this is now, my hobby is now my job, but I like doing cycling outside of it. That's sort of another hobby.
I think it's fair to say that I don't have sports interests. But I I like lots of different bits and bobs really. I like my old cars and anything engineering, architecturally based. Love a bit of gardening.
Very nice.
Yeah, I know.
Do you have an allotment or your own little
No,
veggie?
I've just got a decent sized garden. Not massive, but enough to have nice flowers and bits and bobs.
Aww.
I have interest in gardening to some extent. Well, I was horticulturally trained, and that's part of the problem, which is why my garden looks like a tip, really.
I like walking, countryside. I've not done it for a long time now, but I was trying to learn the guitar, which I found quite interesting at the time. But I've been distracted since I've been at Quainton. So it's got a lot to answer for, Quainton.
With the wife, we like trying out different restaurants.
Very good.
So,
Bit of a food critic.
Good food.
Nice.
Good food. I would call myself a food critic.
None that I can repeat on camera.
I don't have a best joke, but I've got a dad joke for you.
Let's
Hang
have
on,
it.
I've had to write thanks. Like, oh, for crying out loud. Can't remember my name. Right, best joke. How do you get a tissue to dance?
How do you?
You get put boogie in it.
Lovely. Thank you, John.
Yes, but they're all rude.
What is the worst combination of illnesses? Alzheimer's and diarrhea. You're running, but you can't remember where.
No.
And Frank, I have to ask, do you have a favourite joke to share?
I recently saw a comment by Winston Churchill, which it was the definition of a good diplomat is if he tells you to go away, you ask for directions.
Brilliant. Thank you, Frank.
Ask me about the naughty stuff.
The what?
Well, I can't say
Oh! Sorry, Frank, we might have to do that one again. What's your favourite animal?
No, don't ask me about that.
What?
You don't want to know.
Oh god.
Good enough, freeze it. Ian.
Sorry,
You can go through it away.
you can cut this bit out.
Exactly.
No. Actually, come and see Thomas at Buckinghamshire Railway Centre, because why not? At Days Out with Thomas. 'Cause